Only one woman remains, Daniela Silivas of Romania. She's the only person who can knock Christie out of the top three.
And Daniela's hungry for that title. Now, she really could be the queen of comebacks. After losing the Olympics and the European all-around title, she came back to dominate the individual event finals. Having lost the all-around title here, she'd like to do the same thing.
At age 19, some people wonder how much longer Daniela plans to compete on the international circuit.
Her style is very similar to Christie's, and she performs almost exactly the same. It's going to be a tough decision by the judges.
Now, although Silivas didn't show the high-flying release moves that we saw from Fondi, where she gets her points is with these combinations here. Stalder, pirouette, there's the Delchev. That is a little low considering the world-class standards that Fondi and Boginskaya showed. But once again, after she does a pirouette here, this is called a Stalder, and a full pirouette, these combinations will gain her bonus points.
But is her performance good enough in the eyes of the judges? A perfect 10 will tie her with Fondi. Anything better than 9.95 will knock Christie Henrich out of a medal. Here's the mark, a perfect 10. Daniela has done it.
And Christie's saying it just isn't fair, and I think she knew as soon as she saw Silivas hit her dismount that she had lost the medal. Now, considering what we saw from Fondi on the uneven bar, Silivas was really given a generous score, at least the benefit of the doubt.
Well, Kathy, there's no question that having paid your dues in the sport of gymnastics counts for a lot when you get to the event finals.
So Fondi and Silivas take home the gold, and Donna Deverona's with Christie, who missed the bronze. Individual apparatus finals. Next up, the women's balance beam. And on deck, Daniela Silivas of Romania. And let's go back to 1985 when Daniela won her very first world title at the age of 15. Kathy, she looked markedly different.
She sure did, and even at that tender age, you never felt she was intimidated by this apparatus.
And since that day in Montreal when she won her first title, Daniela has more than fulfilled her great promise and great potential.
And she begins with a beautiful mount, very original. And as I mentioned, she's always been aggressive on this apparatus. When most gymnasts tend to be cautious, she really goes for it. See the great concentration. There are her leap combination requirements. Now she was a little bit low on her back leg on that second leap. You always have this sense of lightness with Daniela on the balance beam. She works on her toes. That was the move that she had trouble on in the all-around. In fact, she fell on it in the all-around, and she performed it so easily here.
She's going after her second gold medal here in these individual apparatus finals, having won one in the uneven bars.
And so self-assured. See, she's preparing now for her dismount. She lines up with that beam. Double back. Excellent routine.
Going back to even 1976 with Nadia Comaneci, the Romanians continue to set the pace for the rest of the world on balance beam, not necessarily in terms of high level of difficulty, but in terms of consistency. This is a great angle to see right here how precarious the beam is, and you notice a little bit of a bobble, but no major break.
In the floor exercise, Daniela Silivas, a little girl all grown up. We were introduced to Daniela in 1985 when she won her first world title on the balance beam. At the age of 15, she was very much a little girl. one who had been inspired to start gymnastics after seeing Nadia on television. By 1987, she had begun to mature and her reputation had begun to grow. While her best friend Aurelia Dobre was winning the all-around, Silivas added 2 more world titles to her collection. The 1988 Olympics provided the setting for her greatest victories and her most painful defeat. She won 3 gold medals in the individual finals, but lost the one she wanted most, the all-around, by the slimmest of margins. After another heartbreaking loss in the all-around here at the World Championships, her fate may be sealed to be the greatest gymnast in history never to win a world or an Olympic all-around title.
If there is ever an event that shows off her inner strength, it's this one. She seems to perform just because she loves it.
And there was some question whether or not she'd be able to compete in the floor exercise. Her coach found a piece of cartilage that had lodged underneath her kneecap, was able to massage it back into place. This is a very courageous performance by Daniela. Just a short while ago, she was in a great deal of pain.
You have to wonder how much more she can not only mentally, but physically endure. This is a sport that takes its toll over a period of time. And whether she competes again or not, the sport of gymnastics is much richer for the contribution she has made.
And even her rival, Alicia Dudnik of the Soviet Union, was impressed.
Silivas has always had some of the most complex tumbling routines. But I think what she'll be most remembered for is her personality and her style. And she's been a very big inspiration to the younger gymnasts.
Daniela waiting for a score. And there it is, a perfect 10. If this is her final World Championship, what a way to go out. Her 3rd gold medal here in these individual apparatus finals. She gets the gold along with Svetlana Boginskaya of the Soviet Union. Cristina Bontas of Romania wins the bronze. These World Championships have identified the new stars of international gymnastics while confirming the status of the old. Many of these athletes will reconvene in Indianapolis in 1991 for the next World Championships, which will be seen here on ABC Sports. That competition will set the stage for the 1992 Olympic Games and provide the Americans with the ideal setting to once again make their mark on international gymnastics, perhaps giving the powerful Romanian and Soviet women a new challenger. For Kathy Rigby-McCoy, Bart Connor, and Donna DeVerona, I'm Mike Adamle saying goodbye from Stuttgart.